Hi, I'm Anthony Garrett, and you're watching Flipping Texas. Hey guys, for our first episode of Flipping Texas, which we like to call the Oasis, we're going to be talking with Paul and Erin Jones. Paul is from England and Erin's from California. They make a really good couple in the fact that they do all of their work themselves on these flips. This North Austin flip kind of reminds me of the East Side because of all the different colors that Erin paints the doors and the modern kitchen that Paul installed with a wine cooler, stainless steel appliances, and some cedar planks for shelving. Check out the rest of the episode so that you can see what kind of problems they ran into, how they fixed them, and what they would have done differently.
Yeah, so we actually just finished remodeling the house literally right across the street. So during that process, we were there for about 6 months. We were able to get to know the seller of this property. And so he'd stop in from time to time, and I think he was kind of waiting so that we could buy his next and do a similar sort of remodel to his house.
Yeah, he just turned up and kind of had a little walk through, and he was looking at the progress as we did it, and we had our dog on site every day, Austin, so I think you want to play with him more than you want to look at the house.
Right, so they like their dog, free marketing, next project.
Got the house.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly. And as far as the money side of things, so he still has a mortgage that he's paying on. So we did a loan assumption of that underlying mortgage. So we're currently making his monthly mortgage payments. We agreed on a sales price that was obviously higher than that. So the difference was a seller finance situation.
Awesome. So they took over the first mortgage in place from the seller. They're making his payments. Then the equity spread in between the sales price and that loan amount, he is owner financing to them or creating another mortgage. Once the house sells, he'll get that amount back.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and then the final piece is obviously neither of those types of financing will cover the cost of what the remodel is. So we have no shortage of people interested in financing our projects. So we use a private lender to fill that gap with the gap funding needed to complete the actual project.
Nice. So they actually used 3 different strategies to acquire this place and did an amazing job. Paul, why don't you tell us about some of the things that you did in here?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously when you're doing these projects, there's always a budget. We stretched the last one that we did, it went way over budget, but this one we had a certain limit, and so you got to pick the main things that are going to sell the house. Luckily this house is already in good condition. The floors we did, the main thing being the kitchen, the master bath, and the half bath looked great. So the kitchen, let's talk about this quickly. New granite, we rejigged the kitchen. It was completely different before. It was closed off. The fridge was bulky, it was in the way. It didn't work. There was no good walkway, and it just looked tiny.
So everything was moved around in here. There was like an island that protruded here that closed this off.
Yep.
The fridge was over here.
The fridge was behind you.
The fridge was behind me,
yeah.
so now it's over there. And then you guys kept the original cabinets, paint.
So yeah, new paint, new tile, cabinets original, new granite, new stainless steel appliances, new paint, yeah. And we built this beautiful pantry.
Nice.
Yeah, double pantry, then yeah, it's turned out really well. I mean, amazing.
So this guy knocked out some walls in the master bathroom and then did an awesome backsplash.
Yeah, so the master bath, again, we took a room that was already not working. It had like 2 doors in there, but there was no walking in, but there was an unusable door. They deferred the wall out to fit the bathtub. So all we did is just open it up, open space. So took that wall out, put a huge 6-foot custom shower in with, frameless glass door and chrome finish. Very chrome in there today.
I feel like what we like to do is improve the floor plans.
Yeah.
If there's a wall that doesn't make sense because in the 70s it made sense, or if there's not a wall where there should be. So I think one of the things we really do is utilize space the best way we can. We always open it up as much as we can. If there's a wall that doesn't need to be there, just open, and I'm sure in a couple of decades it'll go the other way again, because that's how trends are.
Well, that's within reason though. You want to do the least amount of work without taking structural rules away.
Exactly. So then the garage had a complete transformation. There was a room that looked like it was about to fall down and some AstroTurf.
Yeah, it was extremely makeshift, I think is the key word for that. And both garage doors didn't work, they were rotted away. They'd had spray foam, like insulation, that you get that spray foam that they'd use to fill gaps in the garage door. So that's the key place, especially when you're remodeling these things. You need a big open space, first place you clear out so you can get all your tools and material in. So that's what we did. We just opened it all up, took it all away, and just turned it into a garage, which is awesome.
Yeah, put new.
Sorry, a garage, not a garage. Don't get me saying garage.
Awesome.
We like to put new garage door openers in. I
Yeah.
think it really completes it. I don't like when I'm showing clients to a new house and, you know, oh, you get this beautiful house, but you can't put $300 garage door openers in for
Right,
your clients.
yeah.
So
On this price point, I think that's important.
yeah, I think so too. And also the laundry utilities are in the garage in this floor plan. So we finished out the garage floor with an epoxy coat to make it feel a little bit more like it's part of the house.
Yeah.
It just gives it that great finish. Yeah.
And then the half bath, you guys really transformed that.
Yeah, the half bath as well. Erin went to town on that again. She has these little ways of getting customly creative.
Reclaimed wood,
reclaimed
bowl
wood.
on the top of the granite.
Yeah,
Looks
over that
great.
wall, yeah. The actual backsplash to the wall behind the sink is the fence that we took down from outside.
Along with all this awesome construction, what did you guys learn in the process? Is there anything that we would have done differently?
So I think something that we need to refine for the next one is the order of events. So for example, the concrete floors is a messy job and it's a 4-day job.
Yep.
We should probably not have the baseboards down before that just because keeping the baseboards perfect is hard when they're in here with their big machines. So I think always getting better at keeping the order as best you can and getting things done first that need to be done first.
Yeah, but again, it's difficult when you have a very short period of time. This is a 5-week project.
Of course, you guys literally were picking at this place as you were about to take off out of the country.
Yeah, we were heading out for our first year wedding anniversary, so it was kind of, we had a deadline, we had the start date, and it was, I'm doing all the work, plus a few other people that came in, so it's trying to get everything done and you fall a couple of days behind, but that impacts the end date.
Absolutely.
So we had a lot to do in a very short space of time.
So while you're moving walls around and knocking down garages and stuff, what did you find in here that was unexpected? What came out of the drywall?
Yeah, so I think this house, when we first walked through it looked really good. You know, on your first walkthrough, you see some things. Your second walkthrough, you see more things. And then when you put the hammer through drywall, you see more
and then you
things.
press a switch that doesn't work, and then you have the breaker, and then the wiring's being chewed. So there's always.
So there was, to say there was a lot of rat poop, we would maybe be putting it lightly, but I think at one point, no longer, because it's all been taken care of, but at one point this house was being inhabited solely by mice and rats. And so in these walls, literally, rodent droppings were overflowing out. It was pretty bad.
Well, that was a big
Did
job
they have a little
taking care of
maze
that.
throughout the house?
I think they
See,
might
like,
have
the
had a
little
maze.
holes and stuff?
They had some chewed.
There was a bit of, like a little rat runway upstairs in the attic. You can see the tunnels. But, they're all gone now. They're all out.
Nice.
So we're good.
So what's next for Tiny Builder and Erin and Paul?
So Tiny Builder, yeah, is Erin and Paul really. It's just me, non-midget.
What's next for Paul with
So,
I'm here too.
so we're actually developing our, we have a shipping container up in Liberty Hill that we're going to start basically transforming. We've already started it into we're going to start living in it. So it's 320 square feet. So we're going from, 2,200 square feet down to 320.
So like this.
So literally
Yeah.
the size of this kitchen.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It almost is the size of the kitchen. Yeah, so she's
Without
not
a
as keen.
strong offer, they're taking the fridge and the wine cooler.
Putting it in the container.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, our long-term goal, we're going to start taking these units, modifying them into our livable spaces. With the future ambition of creating duplexes and fourplexes and things on
Awesome.
some land we're going to rent.
That's pretty unheard of. So fourplexes, duplexes with shipping containers, that's pretty awesome. I'm really excited to see what you guys do in the future. Let's try to break down some numbers. What was the acquisition price of this place?
We purchased this price for $250,000.
Okay, so what was your rehab budget?
Just under 40,000.
So what is your anticipated sales price?
Anticipated sales price is $370,000.
Cool, so 370, a rehab budget of about 35, and an acquisition of about 200, 250.
Yeah.
This place looks amazing, the numbers are great, the new homeowner is gonna have a great house on their hands. Thanks guys for showing me around.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you for
here.
being here.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Look forward to our next episodes coming up soon.
Woo!
No doubt.
You got abandoned.
And action.
Hey guys, for our first episode of Flipping Texas. This fucking guy.
It was already going down. It's already.
And they make a really cool couple in the Hey, for our first episode of Flipping Texas,
Take 5.
I don't know where to go.
Positions.
Ugh.